Hey, I want to talk about an important issue that's often overlooked in society called human population control. There's recent reports that there's 7 billion people worldwide. 7 billion. Well, our environment isn't sustainable long term for that type of reproduction that's continuing to grow. There's going to be more widespread suffering and poverty. I believe in raising the quality of life for those that are alive and being proactive and socially responsible to our planet, environment, and other species who we share this environment with. It's not just ours. There's millions of other mammals that live on this planet, and as we continue to grow and build more metropolitan areas, I live in New York City, but I've lived in many other areas, there's a cost to other species. We are not the only species, as you can see from my picture. I support human and animal rights and want to reduce the suffering. I've served in the peacecorps.gov for a year of my life, helping multiple charities, donate a lot to charity now. My issue with a lot of charities is that they are not proactive. They want to feed the children, keep feeding. They get hungry again, keep feeding, give us more, endless cycle. They have to be, we have to have them be self-sufficient, such as teach them to fish, give them the means, even though I'm vegan, but the analogy, teach them to fish. And also, they don't yield long-term solutions. Give them birth control. If you have less people, it's more manageable to control the suffering and provide for everyone. If you have less people to deal with, less bodies or mouths to feed. So they don't yield solutions, which I think they should also be saying we're working on controlling the population and to reduce the suffering, and helping and giving them a handout, but also then teaching them to be more self-sufficient. America is not very proactive off the charity thing. China is. I don't think you should force people, but take away the perks to having more children. No tax rebates. I pay more in taxes because I don't have dependents. I'm being socially responsible, so I pay more for other people's kids. I pay school taxes on my house. I pay thousands of dollars a year for someone else's children. Some people say, oh, take away from the children. Well, don't have a kid if you can't afford them. And that takes me to the feminist slash pro-life, pro-choice debate. First of all, I find that is to be a religious fairy tale thing. Don't inflict religion and morals. Religion has proved to be immoral many times, even support war. So nuclear weapons is another concern of mine. Human rights, animal rights, nuclear weapons, and human population control I find to be big issues today. But religion, I'm pro-life, pro-choice. I don't find it as a conscious mammal. They're not conscious. They don't have a developed central nervous system, so they can't suffer. And there is no suffering. It's like a needle. I find putting a dog down in a shelter is worse. At least they're conscious, aware of their surroundings, and have a developed central nervous system. But if you are pro-life, that's fine. You shouldn't eat animals or other mammals that are tortured in factory farms. Way worse. Look up meatvideo.com. If you're a decent person, you should be appalled by that too, then at the very least. Meatvideo.com. Factory farms where they torture animals for their entire life. Actually, the death is probably the best part because it's the end of their suffering. But I just want to talk about the abortion debate for a moment. Like I said, it's not conscious, they're not suffering. You can't force someone to be a parent or a good parent. You're going to have very irresponsible parents if you're forcing them to be. Children running around turning into thugs and crime. The other thing is, if my mom had an abortion, made one mistake early on, I wouldn't have had a problem with that. I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't want to ruin my mom's life, or if she made a mistake while she was young. She can't go to college, she can't make anything of herself, be stuck in poverty or a rut, or with someone that she didn't want to be with, couldn't afford. So I wouldn't want to ruin my mom's life. So to all you pro-lifers, adopt all those children then, and don't take the government funds for it too. So if you're pro-life, adopt them. And don't have your own kids then. I would probably adopt before I ever had a kid, even though I have a vasectomy. I would adopt before I had a kid, so that means I'm more pro-life than you, because I'm actually helping the issue versus just saying BS. You can't do this, not helping. You should be volunteering at Boys and Girls Clubs, not having kids, and adopting if you want to help be part of the solution. So, but anyways, I wouldn't want to ruin my mom's life. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't even have known or suffered. So that's my issue on that. I'm not religious. You can let your religion get in the way, but your best hope is for better birth control in the future. And that should end or drastically reduce abortion. And some of you are against birth control for religious reasons. That's a joke. But probably part of the reason why some countries won't take birth control, like the charities I was talking about, because religion gets in the way again with common sense. But anyways, I worry about our future, suffering of other species on the planet. It's not just our planet. There's many other mammals on this planet too that can suffer and have a right to live. It's not just our planet. But also all the pollution created by humans. Think of all the trash that you create in a year. Each person is just compounding that issue. So America needs to be more proactive, like China. Maybe not force them to not have kids, but take away all the subsidies, frown upon it. No congratulations because you're pregnant. It's selfish with what we know today. And cut down more and more land so we can make more habitats for people, and animals are left with nothing. So I mean, animals, factory farm animals at least, are force bred. So they are not overpopulated. It is us who are overpopulated. So give some thought. Human population control is going to be a huge issue in the future, whether politicians or you and other people want to admit it or not. You need to start thinking about this stuff. You're screwing your grandkids' kids and our future, and as well as all the other species on this planet, and probably destroying the planet once and for good. Our water, our environment is all strained and will continue to be. So